they're a very low vibration, dark negative energy force. They feed off of low vibration, dark negative energy force. They feed off of division, hatred, fear, trauma. That's their vibration. They are not like us. And they're definitely within our realm to affect, because their greatest fear is the strength of the human spirit and the infinite power of love. It's such a high vibration, they can't touch it. They can't reach it. They can't possess it. They can't get there. It's too high of a vibration for them. The only thing they can do is use mind control, use trauma after trauma to shut down neuron pathways in the brain and make us more compliant. Any level of mind control, if it's indoctrination of children in the school system, if it's misinformation and trauma through the controlled media's repetitive narrative, whatever the assault is on our brain firing, if it's tainting our food and water and starving our brains, all of that's shutting down those neuron pathways. That's all they can do, is shut that down so that we don't think to gather the strength and the infinite power of love. As soon as we reclaim our free thought, get our brains firing, eat nutritionally, get plenty of rest, write out our fears, write out our trauma. When we're doing all that aspect, then we have our brains firing perfectly. When we drive it with the strength of the human spirit, we're unstoppable. And that's their greatest fear. That's what the Great Awakening is. It's people embracing truth again. And with that truth comes their ability to align with the divine within. And it's like now their darkness can't creep in on our light. Our light is exposing their dark secrets. We're exposing the horrors. It looks traumatic just to be seeing it, but at least we're finally seeing it. And awareness is the first step towards positive, necessary change. And I'm excited that I've seen numerous things that are indications of their complete loss of power, especially 2016, when so many of us were awake and aware that we overrode the rigged electronic algorithm in the voting machine by the sheer numbers of us to elect anybody who wasn't Hillary Clinton and her New World Order. So that was a major turning point measure of the awareness of people, what we had become. That was 2016. Now, after they panicked and went all in with mind control masked as a virus, we noticed the first day was a border back open to their funding mechanism of drug and human trafficking after stealing those elections 2020. They were in an absolute panic, but it only woke more people up because they messed up. For all the things that they did to traumatize and control people, they had us shelter at home. When you shelter at home, you break routine patterns. If you break routine patterns, it forces the brain to, and again, mind control, they need to shut them down, but they started forcing it to fire in new ways. So people started waking up. More people woke up. And we have reached a point now, where by far the majority, it's happening on a global scale, to the point now where people are saying, okay, we're going to take back our lives and restructure over here. They're talking to each other, eye to eye, heart to heart, soul to soul, getting out in the communities, standing up for the children, making a difference right in their own backyard. And that local actions have a national impact, have a global impact. And it's just, the whole New World Order is absolutely fallen apart. But they're throwing a tantrum as it's falling apart. And we just need to remember not to comply with it. If trauma occurs, protect our free thought, pick up a pen and paper, keep the neuron pathways open, and with that trauma, and keep the brain firing properly, eat well, sleep well, and know that is when they're attempting to manipulate us, and don't comply. Never comply ever again.